Yeah, another video now looking at the latest psyop which has just been in the last couple of days, is about this Samir the Hero, worker who saved lives during the Huntington train attack. Now, as we know, these things are psyops with their agendas, basically political agendas and socio programming agendas type of thing. And if you've seen this one, you've got all this praise of this character where he's called Hero all the time. Hero, right? The emphasis is on Hero, right? And Muslim, whereas the characters are supposedly Muslim. So it's always the Hero and then the Muslim Hero, right? An Algerian Muslim, right? And so as I was saying in one of the previous videos, the balances went over too much now, and they're trying to redress the balance. You know, that obviously at one point we're trying to stimulate a bit of anti-Muslim type idea, and now it's went right over the other side, so they're trying to get back now obviously a bit of pro-Muslim support type idea, you know. Now as you see, this name Samir, which is the name Samir Zutani or something, means air or wind, right? So obviously you've got the idea of a load of hot air, basically, right? A load of wind, like wind coming out the rectum type of thing, like a load of hot air, right? And that's basically obviously what this is. Right? A load of hot air. Now, where all this was supposed to take place in Huntington, Hunt. And of course, these are going to be involved in basically the idea of the hunt, hunting lodge. It's basically where you get the name for a Masonic lodge, like a hunting lodge. Here's a piece that supposedly he used a frying pan, right? To keep a knife man at bay or something. This phrase, right, definitely to do with it. Out the frying pan into the fire to escape from a bad situation, you only end up in a worse one. Right? So that has a lot of possible meanings here when you're talking about applying that to mass immigration. You can apply it in the way that they're bringing in the mass immigrants from a bad situation. You only end up in a worse one over here in some form of possible civil disturbance ideas or something like that. It could possibly be that, or it could be referring to the mass immigration being used against obviously the native indigenous populations of Britain, to make their situation worse. So either way, that's applying to the mass immigration. It's in this psyop is basically trying to give a positive view of mass immigration. That's interesting there. The possible cautionary reminder of possible pitfalls of seeking immediate relief from difficult situations without considering the possible consequences. Like obviously coming across some mass immigrations, seeking for a great life or something, you know what I mean? It definitely has a bearing on it. Now we'll see the time, it's 6:25. So 2 and 5, 7, 6 and 7. So you see at 6s and 7s is to be a state of confusion or disorder or disagreement between parties, right? So obviously, again, apply that to the mass immigration scenario in Britain. Now with the age, right, with the age 4 8s is 8, 16, 32, right? So that's 2 3s in Sonic, right? And 24, 2 24s is 2 6s, right? Whatever way you're looking at a hex number with that. So you see here, he'd grab the cookware from the galley, the galley, the galley priesthoods is. You'd see a previous video for that. And his heroic actions were commended last night in House of Lords by Lord Hanson of Flint, who called for his tremendous bravery to be recognised. So you see, who's this Lord Hanson of Flint? So here's this Lord Hanson of Flint. Now, if you remember, Magna Carta was meant to be a charter between the land barons and the commoners of Britain, right? So this charter, right, as I say, is basically a traitor against Magna Carta and against Britain. Right? As I say, this is the charter's rule: Minister of State for the Home Office. Now, Home Office is the ones who are importing all the mass immigrations into Britain. So it's a direct Home Office psyop to basically try and get approval and positive propaganda for mass immigration. Yeah. And obviously all them countries outside Europe and that. And look who he worked for as well. He worked for Tony Blair, Gordon Brown. Yeah, total member of the same club, like. So you know what I mean? Yeah. 100% psyop, right? Directly from the Home Office, who are responsible for all the mass immigration into Britain. Now, what's interesting about this also as well is 7 days ago, you had a statement by this Mahmoud that the Home Office was unfit for purpose. Right? Not yet fit for purpose. The criticisms of this Home Office, probably for not doing enough propaganda to make people actually want immigration, right? As opposed to, obviously, not want immigration. Right? So as you see, this Home Office is in the firing line, if you like. People have been threatened with jobs getting sacked and all that, right? So this latest psyop thing, obviously this Mahmoud is cracking the whip on these other members of the Labour Party, right? And it's most likely what I said is, get your act together, Home Office, and get some propaganda done to get more, get approval ratings for mass immigration, right? So that's obviously led to the psyop, and it's straight up, like, innit? It's straightforward. So, but of course, you can see, read through it, like, it's pitiful psyop again, Must improve its internal connections and work on up, basically calling for the Home Office to do more to get mass immigration from these countries and accepted by the British public. See? That's the aim. That's the aim of what we're trying to do there. And of course, there's the Mahmoud praising the hero. He's a hero and forever will be. The psyop from start to finish, like,